Hey, I'm Jessie Janae, and you have found yourself watching unboxing things. Why? I don't know, but here you are. And how are we going to reward you for how you're spending your time? We're going to unbox an amazing e-com brand and show you exactly what makes their packaging so great. Let's see who's in my mailbox today. All right, folks, we got a big one incoming. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What do we have here? Hold on. All right. It's liquid death. Liquid death. What is it, you ask? Is it dangerous? Actually, the opposite. It's essential for hydration. It's water. This is a big one. Let's talk about the shipper before we go inside. I know there's water in here, and water is heavy, but the box communicates pretty directly with me about that. There's stickers slapped on here that say heavy. There's also one here. There's also a couple here. They're basically on every panel. This heavy sticker is actually mainly for the carrier. It's for the man or lady who picks this up and actually needs to work with it because it might cause strain. And so it's a signifier, hey, this package, a little heavy. Another thing this does is it probably means this package is going to end up at the bottom of a truck or the back of something instead of piled on top of other things. If someone ordered some kind of crystal and like fragile like Cocoa Puffs, and then someone ordered liquid death water, you want the Cocoa Puffs and fragile crystal on top and the liquid death on the bottom. These stickers are not necessarily custom. You could produce them custom, but also it's something standard you can order on rolls or your 3PL might already have. This box is your standard bee flute. I'm gonna actually measure with my flute examples here. This looks like a standard 32 ECT bee flute on Craft. So this is like your most standard type of corrugate basically, and it's just strong enough to actually transport the liquid death, but also it's not overkill. I just need this product to arrive to me safely so I can recycle this box. This box is an RSC. RSC stands for regular slotted container, and it really just means that on the top and the bottom, you've got flaps that meet in the middle, and then I have to tape it closed. RSC boxes do not require custom tooling, so you can make them in a wide variety of sizes really efficiently, meaning there's no extra setup cost. So it's a great thing for an external shipper. And then you've got some reinforced tape. So this is actually gummed paper tape instead of plastic packing tape. Gummed paper tape is just that. It's paper and it's gummed. Gummed means that it's actually not sticky when it comes off the roll, but it actually gets wet with water and it becomes sticky. So it's got a gumming agent. In this case, this tape is actually reinforced. You can kind of see this crisscross pattern on the tape. That makes it a little bit stronger, and you can see the strength actually coming into play because as the paper frays a little bit in transit, the actual strings of the reinforced tape hold the box together. Pretty important. When you use reinforced tape, you typically need some scissors or keys or something to actually open the box as well, because those strings are something to cut through. I'm gonna open the box with some scissors. Now I'm gonna open these flaps, and we've got our product inside. I'm gonna tip this over, and then I'm gonna unload. So here we go. Yep, let's revel in our order of liquid death. Now, something that I really appreciate about the Liquid Death brand is the graphic design. Look at what's going on here. This box is actually litho CMYK. What does it mean? Lithography is a print process, and when you see it on a box, it usually means that the paper made to actually form over the corrugate sheet was printed as a sheet of paper and then applied to the corrugate with an adhesive after. What about the CMYK component? It's printed with CMYK, which means that it's printed with cyan, yellow, magenta, and K, which actually stands for key, which means black. The world is a crazy place, but you get these 4 colors and you can actually print basically any color. And so you have this full color graphic here that's a beautiful illustration, and you get this by printing all those colors, and of course you get other graphics like this, all printed with the CMYK on this beautiful piece of paper that then got adhered to this box. Let's talk about this graphic. Let's talk about this branding. Let's say you're at a party, but you're a sober person or a sober curious person, or you're the designated driver. Do you really want to be holding like a bottle of Poland Spring? No, you don't, because you don't feel cool. Poland Spring does not scream cool. You know what screams cool? Liquid death. And if you don't think sobriety is cool, guess what you might think is cool? Sustainability. Yeah, these cans are aluminum. Look at this aluminum can butt. I'm looking at a butt right here, a can butt. Aluminum is endlessly recyclable. It's one of the most recyclable materials on the planet, meaning that you can recycle it over and over and over and over and over again, and it keeps being usable. Compare that to a lot of materials that degrade just enough each time they're recycled that they only make it through a few cycles of reuse before the base material is no longer functional. Back to the graphic design, this is really cool because this cutout showing the can butt is also an eyeball. It's just like a really clever design, and something you don't often see in packaging design for something like water, which is an artistic streak, something that really shows that this product has intention behind it, really beautiful graphic design. You also have just great branding, again, the Liquid Death here, and then of course the kind of iconic logo lockup of Liquid Death here, and an image of the can. Let me take out the other product that we ordered. This is the sparkling water. So you actually have a dark can, and this is called out as the sparkling water. Very subtle differences in the branding, beige logo instead of white, and then a different can, different imagery as well, but same can butt eyeball concept. Now let's talk about the functional attributes of this box. One, this box is sturdy. There's no empty room or air in here. Also, this shipper box was made to perfectly fit 2 interior cartons. So there was no wasted space in here either. This shipper protected these 2 boxes, made sure they didn't get dinged or beat up, and now this thing is really easy to recycle. These boxes are also recyclable, and then guess what? The cans are also recyclable. So once you down this water, everything on these boxes and packaging is recyclable. I spy with my little eye a QR code. Let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, it's opening liquiddeath.com. So this takes me into the Liquid Death merch store and Liquid Death experience. I can get a recycling bin from them. Again, commitment to recycling and sustainability. I can also get a wearable hat so that I can wear Liquid Death cans on my head. All right, so you get the idea. They're bringing me into the product experience with a QR code on the packaging. They're making everything really easy to use. They're making sure I know what I ordered. I ordered me some Liquid Death. Now, I'm gonna open this. I do want to highlight that this recycling symbol, if you look closely, is actually a beautiful pattern that relates back to that brand imagery and the beautiful illustrations. So there's a lot of detail here. This is a recycling symbol. It has a core function, being like recycle this box, but also it has more detail, more graphic design. I'm going to open this piece here, and what's cool is you can see the CMYK test zone. So covered in this glue area is actually the CMYK, the 4 colors. And this is a test patch. So this is printed on every box. It allows the printer, the actual technician, to make sure that these colors are coming out clean, the registration is good as every box is printed. The registration can be seen if it's slipping. One of these colors will actually slip into one of the other colors, and then they would actually stop the production run to reset to make sure that registration is correct, because registration being off would really affect an image like this, and of course this illustration as well. Let's take a look at this product. And this is the sparkling water. Again, recycling really easy with an aluminum can, especially in the United States. You just throw it in your blue bin. In some states, you can even get money back. This box construction is similar to an RSC, but it has a couple telltale signs that's actually die cut. One, the rounded edges. A true RSC is all flat cuts, all straight perpendicular cuts. It does not require tooling to cut out. As soon as you introduce some rounded elements, you are actually using a cutting die to cut the box. But this box is a high production item, high volume item for Liquid Death because it's the carton for their product. I bet this box goes to retail as well as going direct to consumer, so they're using a lot of this box. It's the core packaging item, so it makes sense to invest into some tooling for that piece. And then it's side loading. I think this is really convenient. This is a great way to grab my product. I can also open this box and put it in my fridge or my serving container like this. So it's very functional. And when I'm done, of course, I can just recycle it. This is what's known as a tall boy. It kind of relates back to using form factors from other industries, right? Tall boys are a lot of times used by beer companies, etc., and not often, or I've never seen it used by a water company. Using packaging from one industry and bringing it into another is an amazing way to help your brand stand out and or make a point. By using the tall boy container, which typically contains alcohol, for water, they're making a very subtle but powerful point. You can look cool and participate in that culture, but you do not have to consume alcohol while you're doing it. Let me take a look at this printing with my loupe. Oh yeah, is that a halftone pattern going on in here? Halftone pattern is when dots make things look like gradients. Do you see how this looks like this can is actually shiny? It looks like can, it looks like it's jumping out at you, but it's not a can, it's flat, it's a box. How do they do it? They do it by making the graphic into a halftone pattern and actually giving it this sensation of sheen and shine. That is just the CMYK making something look photographic. So it's just 4 colors layered over top of each other with a halftone pattern, and boom, looks like a photograph. Liquid death. I think it's time to roll in the recap. Liquid death is certainly the best way to murder your thirst. But let's talk about their packaging. What makes it so unique? First up, it's contrarian. This is a water company. Have you seen a bottle of water that looks like this? They're bucking all of the trends of their space to bring a product to market that is unique. Second, it's monochrome. This is not your typical water company branding. Using black, gold, silver, white, this monochrome aesthetic really makes this product stand out from all other waters. And third, Gothic. They're using this Gothic typeface that you would never see a water company also use, really going out again into that category that seems more like cocktails, nightlife, beer, things that you don't consider in the category of water, and bringing a cool factor to water. It's an incredible path forward. Their packaging really brings this company to life. This has been Liquid Death Unboxed.